Welcome to something short and sweet in the Parsha. This week, Parshas Korach. What caused Korach's decline? He questioned the appointment of Aaron as Kohen Gadol. He ultimately denied one of the 13 principles of our faith, which is Torah's Moshe, the truth of the Torah that Moshe Rabbeinu gave us. Because of him, scores of Jews died. And therefore, when our sages ask, Mara lachlok, Al Moshe, why did he see fit to argue with Moshe, to debate Moshe? It's a very important question. And they answer, Niskana b'nisiyuso shalol itzofim ben Uziel. The beginning of the whole thing was that he was jealous of the appointment of his cousin as the head of the family of Kahas. And it seems that our sages are saying from that jealousy of that role, everything spiraled out of control. And it went from jealousy of that role to a problem of Aaron HaKohen being appointed to a general questioning of everything that Moshe Rabbeinu reported as told to him from Hashem, that even though HaKadosh Baruch Hu had shown his relationship with Moshe Rabbeinu on Har Sinai, v'gam b'cho ya'aminu la'olam, they'll always believe in you. Korach went to war with that. And because of this, so many people died. Jealousy. Jealousy causing machlokas. And look at the incredible drop, the incredible decline of a man who Chazal otherwise call a pikeach, an insightful person, a smart person. Look in contrast at the one who he was arguing with, at the one he went to war with, and that was Moshe Rabbeinu. With that same midah of jealousy, look how distant Moshe Rabbeinu was from that. Moshe Rabbeinu, at the end of his life, desperately wanted to go into Eretz Israel. And time again, he begs the Ribono Shel Olam, let me go in. V'eschanan el Hashem. 515 different ways. It must have taken months of approaching HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Please let me go into the Holy Land. And the Medrash tells us that at one point HaKadosh Baruch Hu agreed and said, okay, but you can't go in as Moshe Rabbeinu, as the leader of the Jewish people. You go in as a private citizen. Moshe Rabbeinu, says the Medrash, jumped at the opportunity. He said, fine. Yehoshua takes over the leadership. The next day, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's presence comes into the camp, goes into the tent of meeting. Yehoshua goes into the tent of meeting, and for the first time, it's not Moshe Rabbeinu meeting Kavayochel with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But Moshe Rabbeinu's on the outside. Yehoshua's inside. The Shekhinah leaves. Yehoshua comes out of the Ohel Moed, and Moshe Rabbeinu runs over to him and says, please, what did HaKadosh Baruch Hu say? And Yehoshua said, excuse me, when I was the student and you were the Rebbe, I never asked you what HaKadosh Baruch Hu said. If it was to be lemor, if it was to be reported, you would tell it. Otherwise, it's none of anyone's business. The Medrash says that Moshe Rabbeinu looked up to heaven and he says, I would rather die 100 deaths than to have one moment of jealousy. And the Rosh Hashiva of Henoch Levu Zecher Tzadik Livrocha said so beautifully, jealousy? What kind of jealousy? This is Moshe Rabbeinu. Anav mikol adam. A person needs to have a sense of self, or I should say a aggravated sense of self, a blown up sense of self to feel jealousy. Moshe Rabbeinu was the most humble of people. What kind of jealousy? Besides which, he was his student par excellence. And the Gemara says a person is jealous of everyone except for his children and his students. We know how proud we are when our children or our students supersede us. So again, what kind of jealousy? And if you would have a little jealousy, in order to go into Eretz Israel, he spent months davening to be able to go in. So I'll have a little jealousy. Moshe Rabbeinu says, no, I'm on borrowed time. I'm already living extra credit. If it's going to be jealousy, who knows where that will take me? He was so keen to the danger of midos rose, of bad character. Korach, a jealousy. He was a great man. Korach shepikeach haya. And he was otherwise a great man. He was from the Nosei Haaron, those who bore the Aron, carried the Aron. He was a great man. Jealousy made him fall very, very quickly. Moshe Rabbeinu, he had a patent appreciation for that. And therefore, he didn't want any part. The importance of midos tos, the deleterious effect of midos ros, of bad character. Thanks so much for listening. Have a wonderful Shabbos.